Deacon John, it's ordination season.
Yay.
Yes, very exciting.
Yay.
What do you think dioceses should be doing on social for ordinations?
The more that I have experienced this and just even experienced it myself, the more I realize that there's the things that people see that are pretty easy to capture, and there's the things that people don't see. So the things that people see, obviously the Mass itself, the ordination rite, you've got a couple good photographers, you have a videographer, like it's all good, go clip that up, make things out of it. I think the things that people don't tend to see are the details. And so when I think back to a few years ago, one of my friends was ordained a priest, and earlier that spring, their sort of the marketing team at the diocese sat down with each of the men that was going to be ordained a priest, and he had his chalice with him, and each of these men just told the story of the chalice, his ordination chalice, basically. So amazing stories, really faith-filled stories, family stories, the kind of thing that normally would get buried somewhere in like a written interview, if even mentioned at all. But one of those like little traditions in the church that I think often might get missed in some ways. The other thing, and I think you want to be obviously a little bit careful with it, but I just think some of the shots around these men coming into their cathedral, getting ready the day of, the kind of back in the sacristy type footage that normally doesn't come out. I think about this with regards to, I think it was the Archdiocese of Dubuque. I could be wrong on this. They had pictures from their chrism mass of the oils being prepared, right? Dumped into the big vats and stuff. Again, this is just the stuff that people don't see. And it's kind of like our common refrain, I think, at Catholic social media, that just if you pop the hood, people are so grateful because these are things they can't get to any other way. I even think about that in my own home cathedral here in St. Paul. We have a beautiful sacristy. I mean, it's the size of some churches in our diocese, just massive, gorgeous sacristy. Not everybody gets to see it, right? It's usually closed, it's usually locked up. So I've kind of taken the time just on my own, if I'm going for a special mass, if I'm going for a confirmation or something like that, if I'm with folks who have never been to the sacristy before, who've never had the chance to just see the beauty of it, I'll just bring them back there with me and just walk them around for 5 minutes before they have to go take their seat and I got to go do my thing. And that's what I feel like you can do with, one camera phone, right? Just go walk into those little hidden places inside of the ordination rite or before or after, and just sort of capture, the arrival, the departure, the first hugs with the moms and all the rest of it, the first blessings. Like there's just so much good fruit there, even where their vestments come from, their chalices, who it is that's vesting them. Like these are all of the little details that nobody really knows unless you're maybe like directly connected to that deacon or that priest. And so I think it's great to just kind of be able to bring those up to the surface and say, oh, there's a long tradition in the church that such and such and such and such. And I think the same is true of the Maniturgium as well. But I just think there's just so much fruit there, and there's so many things that people otherwise have zero access to that would be really cool to kind of bring to the forefront.